The Elite Force CQB Revolver, the newest pistol in Elite Force's lineup. Will it hold its own against the Elite Force greats like the 1911 TAC or the HK-45? Today we find out. Stay tuned and we'll go over this bad boy. Alright guys, so here we have it. We have everything that comes in the box of the Elite Force CQB Revolver. You get all your paperwork, your book, your instructions, everything you guys don't read to begin with, and then come back in and ask us how it's done. You get a speed reloader with 6 spare shells, plus an extra 6 shells, so it's 12 shells total. 6 in a gun, 6 in a reloader, so you get 1 reload before you got to redo all the shells. The Allen key to remove the CO2 cartridge and everything else. And yes, I say Allen key because this is not the cheapy, chintzy slide grip that reveals the slot for the CO2 to go into, like most other CO2 revolvers. Now the revolver itself, it is Elite Force, it is their base model, it is a 60-day warranty, which is great because if you have any issues, Elite Force will fix, repair, or replace it. Overall build of this thing, since this is not a cheap plastic slide grip, this is a full wraparound, well, almost full wraparound. The back right here has nice little metal ridges, which don't really rub against your hand or anything, but this does come pretty much all the way around except for there. Screws in nice and firm. There is no wobble to it. There is nothing there. It is rubberized. It is textured. It is extremely comfortable. I can't stress that enough. And I've got big hands, so I mean, to me this feels perfect. It's not too small. It could be a little bit bigger for me, but for you guys it may be even better. Overall, like I said, since this is not a slide grip, the CO2 does go in through the bottom. And my only complaint about these is more of a user and error issue. This cap unscrews so you can put your CO2 cartridge in there. You would screw it back in, crank it down. Now the big complaint I have is sometimes you guys cross thread these and they don't come out or they get damaged. There is a metal screw nut in there. Basically it is over molded around, the plastic's over molded around it, so plastic base, nylon threads, metal threading, and then a metal insert for the Allen key. Now what happens is most of the time guys get a little eager, they start screwing it in across threads, it's not going down fast enough or easy enough, so they come over here and they start cranking this thing. As soon as you start cranking it and you cross thread it, this cap is pretty much shut. I've seen them seized in there to where you can't get them back out. You've got to dig them out, you got to basically rip them out, and I've never seen a replacement from these, and I don't know if Elite Force is going to make a replacement for these. I'll hit Eric up later today and I'll see what they say if they're going to bring replacements to these, but as for right now, from what I know, they're looking at doing extra speed loader with a set of 6 shells for extra cartridge as a standalone, and they may even do just an extra 6 shell setup without the speed reloader. I'm not exactly sure yet. I'll hit him up and see if they know exactly what they're going to do yet, but as long as you're in your 60-day warranty, you're pretty much good. Out of your 60-day warranty, if you strip this out, you're pretty much screwed. Overall build quality of this, most revolvers up front wobble, and Elite Force has fixed this. It does not wobble at all. The front end doesn't wobble at all, and it only has a 1-pin retention system, which means it tells me they either keyed this in here and add a little, key slot or something that holds it a little bit better and stronger because there's no wobble, or they super epoxied it, which I don't see them doing. They probably keyed it and it just helped lock it in. Now, some of the other features of this gun is a fixed front sight, adjustable rear sight. You got your up and down screw, and then you got your left and right screw. Simple, straight to the point, nothing overly complicated for a revolver. The cartridge does come off to the side. It does have the ejection for removing the shells faster. Spins pretty good, so everything's sitting there. It's nice and tight. There's not a lot of wobble to it. The inside section, the barrel here, is spring loaded, so when you do seat the cartridge back in, it does seat against the shell, so it doesn't leak and everything's pretty much flush. It does have an integrated safety, which is something I don't really see too often on a lot of the revolvers. Now it sits behind a hammer, and right now you can see the windows right above the right side of the pistol grip. When it's forward, it's on safe. You can't pull the hammer back, you can't pull the trigger back. You slide the notch back, you'll have a little red dot and an F for fire. You can pull the hammer back and pull the trigger. This is double action, so you can all day. Overall build quality, full metal. Everything's sturdy, everything's good, strong. It is well worth the $110 price point that I think it's coming in at. So I mean, no complaints overall of the build. It is 320 feet per second with a CO2 cartridge, which does put it field legal in most places, and there aren't too many CQB legal revolvers. Now, I do love the idea of a revolver in the airsoft battlefield because it's harder, it's more challenging. Each shot counts. Reloads become a little bit harder, a little bit, you know, get your adrenaline pumping. Every shot has to count because you only have 6 in the cartridge, and it takes a little longer to reload revolver than it does your typical airsoft pistol. Swapping the mag out compared to doing this, it can definitely get hectic, especially if you hit it wrong and you drop shells all over the ground. You're going to be screwed, you know. And let's go over the shells here, because the shells are actually quite nice. Full metal base with a nice heavy duty rubber tip. This is something that you can drop on the ground, accidentally step on it, and I don't think you'll have to worry one bit about it being damaged, ruined, or anything else. And considering they give you a whole extra 6, makes it quite nice. Now these are hefty too, so when these are all fully loaded in the revolver, it doesn't add a ton of weight, but it does add a little bit more. Overall, I think this gun is well worth the $110 price point that it comes in at. I would like to see somebody integrated a hop-up system into a revolver. I don't know how easy it would be. It could possibly be done with a long Allen key, or with a long set screw going down into the barrel and everything else. There's a possible chance that you could do it if you took some time to do it. I've seen some other guns go through the top. I want to say KJW 1022. It looks like a shotgun style, but it's not a shotgun style rifle. Has a piece that goes right through the top down into the barrel. We do the top dead center mods of some of the sniper rifles, the APS 2 series models, which comes right through the top down through the center. So a little set screw and a small Allen key to press on a hop up would be a nice thing to see in revolvers. It would give you a little bit more distance and make it a little bit more feasible to run in the long run. Now overall, I would probably give this something about an 8 out of 10. Now the only reason I would say I would give this an 8 out of 10 is because I'm not a fan of the shorter revolvers. I like the longer revolvers. I like the Dirty Harry style stuff. And that's not to say they will not come out with one of these, because it is very feasible that they can come out with an 8-inch or a 12-inch revolver if they really wanted to. It's just changing the front end. And they could even do a black one if they wanted to. It's just changing the paint. Now that all is based on sales of this bad boy. If this thing sells a lot and does really good, that gives them reason to expand and add another line to the revolver series. So based on how well it sells, we may see more. If it doesn't sell much at all, we may not see any more come out to the market. We may just see this one. Now, in my opinion, is it worth switching from a 1911 to the revolver? Yes. And now, like I said, the only reason I'm saying this is because I like the challenge. This is something that I think I would run with my sniper rifle just to make it a little bit more difficult for me. Not to say playing is easy, but I like the challenge. I like the adrenaline. I like sniping because I've got to make my shots count. You know, when you hit the distance shot, or you've got one shell left, your final BB, and you get that last kill that you needed, you know, that gets your adrenaline flowing, and it makes it well worthwhile. So, in our opinion, yes, this gun is well worth the money. It is something that if you had a 1911 and you're looking to switch up, or even if you had any of the other HK45s or anything like that, and you want something different, I highly suggest you guys go out, pick one of these up, and mess with it. It is very fun to shoot. It is very nice. It is heavy. You can do the quick draw things. We have even screwed around with the Russian roulette, where we take one shell, put a BB in one shell, pop it in there, throw it in the gun, spin it a couple times, and we shoot not at each other in the head. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. Don't shoot each other in the head. But we'll do it to our legs or something stupid. This isn't as bad as some of the higher feet per second revolvers we've done it with, but you don't have to be stupid. But yes, you can play Russian roulette with this revolver and have just that much fun. In fact, you can put all 6 shells in there with one BB in one of the shells and mix it up a little bit more just to make it look a little bit harder to figure out when the shells are coming, because you can see the front end of it, the white, as it comes through. So, any questions on this gun, guys? If you need to see a teardown on this gun, how to clean it, or anything else like that, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think of this. If you have one, if you messed with it, let me know if you guys have any problems with it. I always like to know if there's any issues out there that we can try and get Elite Force to straighten out, or if there's anything that you guys think they can improve. Please leave a comment below so we can let them know how to improve their product, make it better, and keep some of the nicer things coming out, because I like the higher quality stuff. I don't like buying garbage or junk, and this thing so far I like. So if you guys could like, comment, share, subscribe, we'd appreciate it. And as always, call your hits.